Hey, I'm Carmella Boykin, and this is your CitrusTV news update. We've gone remote for the foreseeable future, but we're still telling the stories that are important to you. So, let's get started. We've got another major spike in coronavirus cases on campus today. For the second day in a row, Syracuse University has found 20 additional coronavirus cases. There are currently 65 active cases of coronavirus right now on campus that have been documented. The university says they expect more positive cases in the coming days, and 30 more students joined quarantine today, 165 students in total. This all comes after a super spreader event off campus caused a cluster of virus cases. SU claims one student traveled off campus and then went to a party on Walnut Avenue, spreading the virus to dozens of students. The university has not revealed where the party was or the identity of the students. However, Vice Chancellor Mike Haney revealed the students were a, quote, close-knit group of upperclassmen.
This group of students tends to cluster and socialize with each other and not more broadly, and it would be a different problem if that wasn't the case right now.
Haney also says it's mostly upperclassmen who are violating the Stay Safe pledge, and says SU is taking extra precautions to enforce public health guidelines.
This group of students tends to cluster and socialize with each other and not more broadly, and it would be a different problem if that wasn't the case right now.
Haney also says it's mostly upperclassmen who are violating the Stay Safe pledge, and says SU is taking extra precautions to enforce public health guidelines. DPS is shifting from education to enforcement on enhanced off-campus patrols. Any leaseholder or resident of a property that hosts a party will immediately be referred for potential discipline, and parts of campus remain closed today in order to limit the spread. Gyms are temporarily shut down, and in-person student activities are still on pause. However, Haney says student activities could return soon, as long as SU crushes this COVID cluster over a pivotal weekend.
That is not a permanent pause. That is till we get our arms around in this particular situation. It could be as soon as a day or two. We feel comfortable resuming many of those student activities.
Remembrance Week has already canceled most of their in-person events because of the pandemic over the summer. Because of the new outbreak on campus, they've canceled the remainder of their events. Chairs outside of the Hall of Languages are empty today. They represent the students lost in the Pan Am flight tragedy. Remembrance scholars usually sit in these chairs. Reporter Walker Simmons spoke with one Remembrance scholar about how they're coping with changes to these important traditions.
And her friends say that she had a sparkle to her, that she fluttered like a bird, and that she was a friend to the friendless.
A friend to the friendless. These are the words used to describe Miriam Wolf, a passenger on Pan Am Flight 103. Miriam's Remembrance Scholar this year is senior and theater management major Kara Christian. Here's what she had to say about who exactly Miriam was.
I am representing Miriam Wolf. Miriam was a musical theater major in the Department of Drama. She had big dreams of opening a theater company with all of her best friends. The mission that I guess they wanted to do with this theater company was to educate people on topics of social justice. So she was really adamant about women's rights and the AIDS crisis, and sharing that through theater.
After talking with Kara, she says there's a reason Miriam is who she was chosen to represent.
I feel really, really lucky to be representing Miriam, and the reason why I was so drawn to her specifically was because I feel that we are incredibly similar. I'm a theater student. I want to have my own theater someday. I'm an improviser. I love art.
And while Kara and Miriam have similar interests, they share a lot more than she ever realized.
So Miriam's mom actually wrote a memoir about her life, which both my mom and I read. And we called each other up and we were like, wow, the relationship Miriam had with her mom and the relationship I have with my mom, way too similar. And just the things that we want to do with our lives, completely in line with each other.
Overall, Kara says it's important to be informed about what Remembrance Week stands for and just how important it is to our campus. For CitrusTV News, Walker Simmons.
Thanks, Walker. You can find more Remembrance Week coverage on CitrusTV News' Instagram. County Executive Ryan McMahon held a press conference today where he revealed new information about the origins of Syracuse University's COVID-19 cluster and the impact it could have on classes. Citrus TV reporter Ricky Sayer was at the press conference for answers. And Ricky, does McMahon believe that SU will top 100 cases, and will he be forced by the state to shift classes temporarily online?
Yeah, the county executive does not believe that will happen. McMahon explained that it's not that he doesn't think SU will reach the threshold, it's that campus won't reach it in time. He confirmed some of what we've been hearing anecdotally in recent weeks. Now, the way many students understand this rule, if a university reaches 100 cases within a 2-week span, they will need to move online for 2 weeks. Here's the thing, it's not any 2-week span. It's a specific 2-week period as outlined by the state. The current period ends tomorrow night. In the state's eyes, the number resets at that point.
Yep. If they don't have 100 tomorrow, then the clock starts on October 10th for a new period, October 10 to October 24. Any college that gets 100 within that period then has to go 2 weeks remote. So they had 65. Highly unlikely, knock on wood, we're going to get 35 new cases out of SU tomorrow.
And we did ask the county executive about any discussions they've had with SU about what they would want SU to do if they reach 100 cases after tomorrow night. McMahon said the state's rule is tough on SU, making the point of how few cases 100 would be on SU's campus. McMahon also told us there were indications that the student who started all this caught it by going to a party at another in-state college where COVID is more prevalent.
We know the groups that had the off-campus party. We tested essentially the entire Greek community.
We pressed him to find out what role Greek life played in either hosting or being involved in this party. He would only tell us.
Yeah, again, you know enough about this, right? They've tested all Greek life, all off campus.
McMahon says the hosts of the party are cooperating with contact tracers. He praised their leadership. His message to students, this is not the time to party. Reporting in Syracuse, Ricky Sayer, Citrus TV News.
Thanks, Ricky. Citrus TV is actively looking to learn more information about the party which started the COVID cluster and the immediate impact it's having. If you would like to share information with us, send us a message on social media. Mayor Ben Walsh is in quarantine after possible exposures from COVID-19 from another New York mayor yesterday. Mayor Walsh was at a press conference with the other New York mayor yesterday at City Hall. The mayor of Binghamton was there and tested positive last night. Ithaca's mayor is also in quarantine. In a press release, the city of Syracuse says the mayor's exposure was minimal and he'll work remotely in quarantine. Syracuse police are accusing one man of attempting to rape a Syracuse University student at Oakwood Cemetery yesterday. Syracuse police are charging Kenneth Kaufman with first-degree attempted rape, third-degree robbery, and fourth-degree criminal mischief. Police arrested Kaufman this morning. DPS says Kaufman was naked when he jumped out of the bushes to attack a student jogging through Oakwood. And the weather outside today was a little chilly, a little cloudy. Here to tell us what we can expect going forward is our Citrus TV weather anchor, Ashley Winskowski. Ashley, what have you got for us?
Thanks, guys. Currently, it is 54 degrees and mostly cloudy in Syracuse. We are seeing those overcast skies that have rolled in throughout the day. We did see that cloud cover come in at about noon today and 7-mile-an-hour winds. So it's a little blustery out there, but nothing too unusual for fall. Moving into tonight, it is going to reach a low of 43 degrees and be mostly cloudy. There is a 20% chance of rain. I'm tracking some scattered showers in the forecast, but if anything, just a little spritz, nothing too influential to ruin your evening. And then looking ahead to tomorrow, it is going to be 47 degrees around 9 a.m. and then all the way up to 63 degrees our high around 6 p.m. So that's a temperature increase of 16 degrees, which isn't unusual for fall, but definitely dress in layers. Bring that jacket so that you can take it off later in the day. And we are going to see that sunshine roll in at about noon and see those clouds part. Our current temperatures around the region, it is 54 degrees in Syracuse, 54 degrees in Rochester, and a little bit warmer down to the south, 58 in Elmira and 56 in Ithaca. But we're staying in that mid-50 degree area all throughout the region. And then our 5-day forecast. Tomorrow we have that clouds turning into some sun in the afternoon, 65 degrees. Saturday, very warm with a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon, a high of 78 degrees. And then looking ahead to the beginning of next week, some showers in the forecast, but staying very warm for this time of year. That's all for me. I'm Ashley Winskowski. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ashley. We've got a lot of big sports games coming up this weekend. We've got SU football, the NBA Finals. So here to break it all down for us is our sports anchor, Tom Russo. Tom?
It's tough to be coming off a win, playing in your home stadium, and facing an 0-4 team, and still be considered an underdog, but that's 2020 for Syracuse. Welcome into sports. I'm Tom Russo. Syracuse is a 2-point dog to the Duke Blue Devils this week, but head coach Dino Babers thinks that he may have found a solution in his new weapon, freshman running back Sean Tucker.
We think we have a lot of good backs, but you know, it just goes to show you this guy may be one, this guy may be three, and then a guy gets an opportunity and you go, whoa. Now we saw those things out of Sean before, but he showed off. We called it showing off. He showed off Saturday, so obviously he's going to get an opportunity to show off again.
Over on the diamond, the Bombers have their backs against the walls as the Yankees face elimination at the hands of the Tampa Bay Rays tonight in Game 4 of the ALDS. It'll be the southpaw, Jordan Montgomery, who is tasked with saving the season for New York, and it's far from the most optimal situation for the Yankees. Monty went 2-3 with a disconcerting 5.11 ERA over 10 starts this season. He gave up 7 home runs in just 44 innings, and 2 of those 7 came in Montgomery's worst start of the year on September 2nd, when he gave up 4 runs and 5 hits while recording only 2 outs before being pulled. And yes, you guessed it, the team he was facing was the Tampa Bay Rays. And it's Thursday, which means Thursday night football, and we've got a good one on tap tonight. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers headed to Chicago to face a surprising Bears team, both teams coming in 3-1. Let's talk about the quarterbacks, because tonight will be the first time since Super Bowl 53 that Tom Brady and Nick Foles are on the same field together. As we remember, Foles memorably took over for an injured Carson Wentz to lead Philadelphia to its first Super Bowl title against then-Patriot Tom Brady. Now Brady's a Buck, but similar circumstances as Foles started as the backup for Mitchell Trubisky and now is the starter after Trubisky got benched. And finally, the women's final is set for Roland Garros. The 19-year-old Polish phenom Iga Świątek cruised to an easy victory over Nadia Podoroska, winning the first set 6-2 and the second 6-1. She will face the rising American star, 21-year-old Sofia Kenin, who escaped a tough challenge from the veteran Petra Kvitova, winning 6-4, 7-5 today. Świątek may have come in unseeded, but she has yet to lose a set in Paris, while Kenin came in the 4 seed and looking for her second Grand Slam in 3 tries, having won the Australian Open in February. The two will meet on Saturday. That's it for sports. I'm Tom Russo.
Thanks, Tom. And that's all we've got for you on our digital edition of Citrus TV News. Make sure you've liked and subscribed for more content. Follow us on Twitter at Citrus TV News for the latest updates, and on Instagram where we have our daily digital tap show. I'm Carmella Boykin. Stay safe, Syracuse.